And what does that mean? It means that in Miles' case, instead of looking at dark times and looking at what you don't have, that's a mental illness. A mental illness is, even when you got it good, you find a way to see the bad in what you have. A mental illness is, even though the Lord has blessed you, you don't see what the blessings are. A mental illness is, you don't have the ability to count on one hand all your blessings, and when you're still in the funk, you go to the second hand and you got it. And so I started to become mentally strong, and I was able to look at, you know what, homeless ain't the worst thing that ever happened to you. Like, you could be dead, right? So what do you need to do? You need to start going to church. When I started going to church, I started saying, oh man, wow, I see they going to college. All right, yep, I'm gonna get my GED and go to college. I started looking at, yo, the GED ain't the worst thing in the world, because the GED opened up the 4-year degree. And yep, it took you 12 years, but you finished. Now you can go get the master's degree. Yep, now you can turn the master's degree into a PhD. And so all of a sudden, I was homeless because I was thinking about I didn't have my father. My mother was young. I grew up in a certain neighborhood. I didn't have certain advantages that everybody else had. So number one, and I want to stay on this one because, like I said, this kid never cried. He never complained. And so one of the things we want to do with our young players is like really help them understand that while you got to go out there and put the points up, at the same time, you got to make sure mentally you're strong. Because a lot of stuff is going to happen in life, and you got to make sure when you get hit, you have the ability to get back up. Real quick, I want to make sure, when I say motivation, I'm actually talking about mental health. Yeah. When I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, again, when I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, one more time, when I talk about motivation, I'm actually talking about, and how many of us, like for real, I know we hit the gym in the morning, I know we do that, I know we work out, we work on our games, but just being real, how many of us spend as much time on our mental health, motivation, like the ability to say, my favorite quote, never let a good crisis go to waste. My son, can you quickly, can you give me, Candace got the book, can you let me see the book real quick? So mental health is, we are in a recession, right? That's mental health, we're in a recession. Like as a speaker, I don't know if y'all know what this means, but as a speaker, they said something about social distancing. Rocked my whole career. That's all I do, thank you, son. That's all I do is speak. So in 2019, when we entered 2020, they really said my whole job was gone, right? I'm accustomed to being in the locker room or being on the field or being at a stadium or being out of the country, talking to 10,000, 5,000. My whole job was gone. So what does mental health look like? It looked like, instead of me saying, man, I done lost my whole job. Like, I'm used to making, at that time, $50,000 a pop. Like, ain't nobody paying that for no Zoom. Mental health was, relax, count your blessings, look within and see what can you do, even though they've taken your main source of income, what could you do? And so for those 2 years, I wrote a book. I got a publishing deal, right? I wrote a book, right? They came to me, hey, we're gonna pay you this much, I'm good. I want a greater percentage. Like, I'm betting on ET. Like, flat out, I'm good. You ain't gotta give me no nothing up front. I don't need no royalty, I don't need nothing. I just need a great